good afternoon, lady and gentlemen. Welcome to the Super Review NAB Roundtable, dealing as an opening stance anyway on post-retirement policy and incomes, and the fact that it represents a challenge for a lot of superannuation funds, which I know MTAA Super has addressed, and I think Paul as well has been having a nice long hard look at how Club Plus deals with it.
Picking up one of Anthony's comments earlier about where do you start? Do you wait till someone's 60 and think about retirement, or do you start when they're in their 30s? And I think this is where the industry of super funds, of financial institutions can actually work together, where you've got to consider the risk on the individual, development of the product. Is it really for a super fund to develop a product? Should it be a financier, a bank, an insurance company that spends its time and resources pulling in experts around the world or developing products in Australia and taking on the risk of development, because they could develop something that doesn't actually suit our environment. And you don't as a super fund trustee, you don't want to take on that risk, and you can't take on that risk of spending the members' money on something that's not really designed for their investment returns in the accumulation phase. And I think it's a case of trying to get the members as well as the industry to take a longer term view, whether it be how do I hedge my expenses against inflation, so inflation-linked bonds, how am I preserving my capital while at the same time living off my income, as opposed to, as many people do, tend to live off their capital during their lifestyle and go for the lump sum to pay off whatever debts they've accumulated during their life. And we've got to have a sort of a mindset shift, because if you consider our parents' generation, you either had people that didn't have super or they'd have defined benefit. So therefore, very easy, that thought process was taken away from you. Now, there's a growing majority of accumulation, and therefore the responsibility for taking care of your own superannuation savings, managing it in retirement, is flipping back to you. And we don't have the incentives, I think, for people to say, shall I have an annuity product, or how should I take it in the long term?
Agreed, Paul. And on that very good note, we'll call it quits there. So thank you very much.
Thank
Leanne,
you.
gentlemen, it was very good, thank you.